be.
We want hot glass.
Why, hello there.
Jake, is that you? Welcome to the gathering point where the torch is hot.
All right, give it some air, Oliver.
And the bubble is hotter.
Explosion.
What happens when the glass is hot?
If Oliver keeps propelling air through this, there'll be a hot, flaming, you can actually hear it, it's almost whistling, direction of air right at the camera. Let's just see how molten this actually is. It's so molten. It's pretty molten. It's kind of hurting my hand, actually.
You could fold that lip.
Fold it right over. You guys ever folded your lip before?
Yeah, when I was a little kid, all the time.
We're just going to finish off this demonstration.
That's an everyday thing when you got a canker sore. Whoa.
You were just struggling. Let's see it. Oi!
Over
Oppa!
a little bit of air. One of these wax shake? Yeah, touche.
Everybody's just starting to hop onto the show.
Glass
Hello, everyone.
blowing.
Annette says hi. Dana says hey from Georgia. We've got Angel, who says hello, happy blowing. Amy says hi. Hello, Amy.
Amy! I just told Donna, I said we weren't going to text you until the show was over to make sure we made it through the night okay.
She says, hope you guys are enjoying some cooler temps in the hot shop today.
Oh my gosh, last week was torture.
Feels
This
great in
week, we're good. All right, we're
I
going to
gotta
start
heat
off
it
the show. We got Chris in the green shirt, Jake in this, like, I don't know, I guess it's a brown shirt.
That's gray.
No brown in this shirt. That's all brown, dude. That's like opal brown.
I know, but it's like a brown that's faded. Oliver's in the purple. We got Bess and her sister Becca. Bess is in the brown shirt, orangey brown. And my name is Michelle. I am wearing a blue shirt. You'll see me later in the show. All right, we're getting started with Chris Nordine. He's going to be blowing some glass. Don't know yet, because this is the warmer-upper.
It is Goblet night, though, folks.
Member exclusive on the Goblet night. He's going into the iridescent gold.
Here's a little preview of what's to come.
We're going to be doing the silver blue.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny like a lip wrap.
That's right.
Check it out. We need red.
Let's
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
sure we got
see?
the LED on. Taupe. What does that even mean?
It's like this weird color.
That's a color of your shirt.
that people
You think that we ordered this up as taupe?
Yep.
as people who do potpourri might like taupe.
Potpourri and taupe.
Topiary.
Let's get back to the glass blowing.
What are you talking about?
Jake, will you give me a little bench blow
I
for
don't
a
know
second?
anything about all this.
Carol says hi from Sarnia. Carrie says
What up,
hello,
Carol?
GA friends. Look at Jake, wax on, wax off.
Oh.
Alexa says hey from
Blow
North
lightly?
Carolina. Sharon says hi everyone. Mary says Mary from Hudsonville, Michigan, here on time tonight. Welcome, Mary.
Little splitter.
Blow lightly.
We've got Donna says hi everyone from Twinsburg. Kathy says it's been way too long. Greetings everyone.
Good.
It's only been 1 week.
Members, I got a feeling this is going to be one tasty goblet to start off the show here. Pretty cool color
Blow.
pattern and situation.
Pam says nice weather for glass blowing. Yes,
Oh.
it is. It's such
It's
Good.
amazing.
nice temperature in here. We are not dying.
All right,
About
get that thing
time.
screaming hot, Oliver.
Yeah,
They want to hear it screaming.
What color you got on there?
I got.
The blue chrysome?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. This is some hot action, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday night. This is the gathering point.
Not quite the screaming yet.
It's a great time to hit the share button right now before this craziness goes on.
That's right.
Hit that button.
If you're new to the show, welcome. This is recorded live on Facebook for lots of time, or Facebook and YouTube, for future shows and events. So you might be watching live, you might be watching recorded. Doesn't matter. Put in the comments where you are from.
Are you serious?
I love that.
It looks like a
Ouch.
corset.
That is tasty. And you guys see the color change on that was pretty ridiculous. That's that beautiful blue chrome. It's going to be a metallic blue later on when it gets iridized. But at this moment, it was just going from like a molten 2,000 degree pink instantly as it got pulled thin into a beautiful, beautiful blue. That's our color right there. And as a reminder, look at now, it's back to that molten color. This piece is exclusive to our subscribed members. After this warmer-upper piece, we're going to get into a custom order, and then we're going to do a artist choice, and then we'll have the giveaway, folks.
That's the lineup.
We got an
That is
awesome
the
table,
plan.
awesome virtual gallery here tonight that goes live at 6:30. Probably right at the conclusion of this piece, it'll be going live for purchase. One and done goblets and chalices. Really ridiculous. Never before seen on TGP. That's the gathering point, folks. And this is what Goblet Work's all about. This is stemware, folks. A goblet is not a goblet without a stem. And every glassblower's got their own style, inspired by somewhere, someone, somehow.
You know what? That was one of the things on the question. What's the question tonight?
Yeah, so the question tonight is, what do you think are some of the benefits of drinking from a handmade glass goblet compared to a mass-produced one?
That's a great question, Bess.
Right? Because like the stem allows the heat of your hand to remain in the stem and not go to the body of the glass, keeping your beverage cool. Right? But if you have a stemless wine glass, the heat of your hand is going to warm up the beverage inside.
Precisely. And a stemless wine glass is not a goblet. It's a stemless wine glass. You know, and so that's why we're not making those on this particular show. But we do have a bunch of beautiful ones on the website for sale that we make all the time and love
All
making
the
them. And they're a
time?
perfect gift. We got a lot of people that actually will buy those as sets of 2 and give them as gifts, whether it's a wedding gift or just a housewarming gift or just a, you know, they're having a dinner party and you bring over a set of stemless wine glasses.
Speaking of which, for people getting married,
Oh.
like someone in this room,
Oliver?
That's what I was going to say. I'm glad you beat me to it.
yes, one day Oliver perhaps will get married, but in the meantime, someone
bad he
else
doesn't have a
is getting
microphone.
married.
Another little bit. Just another little blue bit.
Later on today, Oliver will have the mic on and he can defend himself. Until then,
We'll get back to that later.
all right, a quick rundown of the table. These are the beautiful specs that are on the show tonight before they bring that next bit over and the sunlight still exists.
So you guys know that you can ask technical questions throughout this process, and we actually encourage it. Bess over at the tech support table is watching for those questions on the FB and the YT, but since I haven't heard anything yet, I'll ask a technical question. Chris, how do you expect, now while you're mid trying to figure this out, let me ask you this technical question. How do you expect that those bands of color on the body are going to affect the way that this piece opens up on that top area?
It's going to really be amazing because when they stretch out, they like thin out a little bit, and they really become organic with the original body of the piece.
So they're not like rubber bands around it, making it really tight and hard to open.
It might probably make it a little bit tighter to open just because of the tension of it wrapped around there, but if I get it hot enough and work it hot enough, I think I'm going to be fine.
Just got to work it.
Work it, work it.
Right now, Oliver. We're going to do the same cool, very organic pattern on the stem of this piece too. right around the ball, basically, that in the center, that optical crystal ball.
The sphere.
This is correct.
If you guys are glass blowers out there, there is lots to learn here. The cool thing about our show is that it's real time. We go over everything with
Are
you,
serious?
and you will see it 100%.
Nothing like that before, dude.
So
I
you'll
don't
know the
know. It's
timing.
pretty
Half of
freaking
glass
cool.
blowing,
I'll take an Irish foot, Oliver.
half of glass blowing is learning the timing.
I've decided I'm doing.
So Oliver's coming in hot. Yes.
I have no.
Oliver's coming in hot with a perfectly shaped up gather with probably just one coat of iris.
Yep.
So it's going to match the top and it's going to be doubled up on the bottom there. But this is something we were practicing, and we worked on mug feet the other day, goblet feet, and dropping a foot perfectly symmetrical and on the top here. He's got the perfect amount, which is amazing, but going into the color like this, keeping it perfectly symmetrical, keeping its core heat. Next time I would have hit the back end real quick out the color, but I think it's going to be perfect.
So John says, did Lucy make it in for the show? Michelle actually had the week wrong. That Lucy's
Yeah,
coming in.
I was pretty upset, you guys. We were going to go pick flowers today. I had all this stuff planned, and Chris was like, it's next week. I was like, what are you talking about? It's next week. So stay tuned. Lucy will be here next week.
Jake, I'd like you to know, I'm gonna be putting up some random polls during the show this week.
Beautiful.
And the first poll, it was 100% vote for no. Actually, we're up 92% now. I've got 12 votes for no, 1 vote for yes. And the question was, should Jake grow his hair out again?
12 votes for no, 1 for yes?
Yes.
Who said yes? Can you tell?
I can't. If you said yes, put your out
Well,
yourself in
if
the
you want to
comments.
admit you said yes.
Well, I guess when was the last show that I had long hair?
Am I going
We're
so
at
far?
14 no's now.
I see how it is, folks. That's okay, because I'm not growing it back out. It was a nightmare. I loved it back in the day, but I do enjoy having something a little more manageable these days. But I appreciate everyone's beautiful input on that subject.
I remember when my hair used to be completely unmanageable.
Some people just can't handle it.
Not anymore.
So I'm going to turn off.
Do you want to talk about what that is?
Yeah, I'm going to turn off my mic and make one real quick loud noise. Oh.
Look what we got. It's not.
That sound, Bess? That sound okay?
It's not loud at all. We got the brass bell. Why? Because we forget to say subscribe. So every time we do something fantastic, we're going to ring the bell. And that's going to trigger Bess to be like, oh yeah, subscribe. Maybe.
It's actually a really beautiful setup over here.
I know,
Oliver
that's what I kind of like
just knocked
hearing
up
it.
a 4x4 on here and pulled this out and hung up this brand new vintage awesome
Can you ring it again?
subscribe bell.
Depending on the rhythm of ringing, it could be the school bus coming. Here it comes. Oh
Triple
boy.
ring is definitely the plus.
I don't know. I mean, he did it for dinner.
Chris's mic is off.
Chris's mic is off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have one custom order. What is the custom order? Is that next?
Custom order is for Robin, and it's going to be a goblet as we are in the Goblet show, and maybe I'll just spend a moment drawing it up on the floor while Chris works on this, and then I'll show you guys what the plan is. The original piece was made by Chris a few years back. I think it was either 3 or 4 years ago, and now she's come back for more.
Is this Robin that works for us, Robin?
This is a different Robin. The mic almost
Robin's
poked me in the eye.
everywhere. Speaking of Robins,
Look at that awesome situation.
not only did we see a robin, we saw a bald eagle today.
That's wild.
That's
while
so
we were
wild.
talking
It
about
was
politics,
crazy.
it just swooped down.
It was
Pretty much
huge.
told us just to stop.
It almost landed right on Chris's head.
Because he thought
I mean, it was
good
the size
perch.
of like a flying buffalo, folks. I'm not exaggerating. Had to weigh at least 250, 270.
It's a big eagle.
Speaking of which, imaginary things. What did you just say? Flying buffalo. Do not go see Harold in the Purple Crayon. It is
I was
the
going to say
dumbest-
George and the Purple Crayon.
dumbest
George and the
movie.
Purple Marker. It was not good,
It
guys.
was
It's
so
good.
hot. We're like,
Off.
let's go see a movie. And the only movie that we could go see was that, and we walked out.
Well, we could have went and saw Wolverine and some other guy,
Death Killer.
but we didn't want to see that one
Death
either.
killer.
But you know, out of like 14 theaters at the show, 10 of them were all reserved for Wolverine and Deadpool. But there was nobody there, so we kind of got the vibe that we were glad we didn't see that show.
Because I feel like you'll know what I'm talking about. This like Harold Purple Crayon movie. Is that based off of Chalk Zone?
No, it's based off a children's book.
It's not. It's based off of a book, but I can totally see, yeah, your train of thought with that.
Because Chalk Zone was cool.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the same thing.
No, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
So I just wanted everybody to know that this particular piece of stemware that I just made is a signature one-of-a-kind pina colada glass. For those of you who've had them on a ship or had them on a beach or had them by a pool, this puppy is pina colada all day long, and you definitely have to have like a 151 floater on it
What
And
now?
an umbrella.
and a big tasty umbrella with a slice of pineapple in it.
Did you ever consider making the umbrella?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you take...
Yep, so I did use silver blue and iris, so for all you loyalty members, this thing is going to go blinging right now. Check that puppy out and watch the change in what happens when we give it the reduction.
And you're just thinking beside the bottom.
Little less?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one's going to be stamped on the bottom, folks. Oh boy, there she is.
You gonna hold it up for us?
Oh yeah. Just want to make sure she's right on center. I don't want after that third pina colada, I want it to look crooked to you.
That's a ridiculous piece.
I love that. We have a side conversation going on in the comments about the bell.
About
Michelle.
The bell, not
The
Michelle.
bell.
Oh.
The bell.
me? Like me? What?
Isn't that a song, Michelle?
Don't go there.
What?
Somebody said it should have been a subscribe gong.
Torch Oliver?
Yeah, I looked for gongs, but they were either like $500 or they were Amazon $20 gongs. So I, gave up on the gong.
And then they're having a whole conversation about how their family used to ring a bell when it was time to come in for dinner. Wendy McInnes has a hand-forged dinner triangle.
Now that's pretty baller. Wendy would have something like that. That's pretty sweet.
Why don't you ring that bell?
Piece complete.
All right.
It is also our dinner gong, too.
I know. I like that.
Sorry, I'm yelling. My ears are ringing.
It wasn't
I think
that
there's a
loud of
totally
bell.
different vibe from a gong to a bell.
I kind of like the gong vibe.
If we gonged it, maybe we have to get a gong for something else, but we need a big one. And you know what? I know Grandma's got a
Maybe,
gong.
no.
A
What if
big
Carrie,
one.
what if our neighbor could
Oh,
come by
man.
and do a sound bath for a show?
I mean, the whole time we're blowing a piece, have a sound bath going on, so we're
That
just like at
sounds
the bench,
pretty
just
sweet.
tripping out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the table. Beth, how much longer till the table's
Oh, I
live?
gotta hold some of these up.
We've got 11 minutes until the table
Oh,
goes live.
yeah.
Now?
Which one's your favorite, Nick?
The berry. I got a couple favorites on this ridiculous table that we got going on here. My first one's number 7 because it's so simple and it's so clean. It's transparent. That's that same blue chrome, recycle. And when you got transparency, full transparency like that, you see those optics that much more, those diamond facets. And I think this one is a beautiful shape, beautiful for drinking anything, pretty much.
And what's the benefit compared to a mass-produced one for that?
Oh, just that it's beautiful and that, you know, it's made by an American artist and that it's a family-run business and that it's just gorgeous and it's obviously got character. This one's beautifully symmetrical, actually, but notice this. It's like
A little clip.
drips down. It's like maybe that's your favorite spot to put your lip on. I don't know. But that is the beauty of that. The other one that I really love is the one that I know we posted some pictures about, number 2 here.
That's what Jessica picked to put in the e-news.
Electric. This thing is vibrant and powerful, and it's not everyone's style. I'm more of like a browns and beiges and golds. You guys may know that, but this is a really well made, super thin on the top and the lip for nice drinking ability, super thick on the bottom. And I know we had some people in town that were talking about how beautiful it feels to hold a chalice like this with this solid mass and a light top.
You know what I like about that one too? Like if you're outdoors eating on one of like your back patio tables, it's heavy. So it's not sweating all over your table.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like if it's a mesh tabletop, it's standing still because of the weight.
Yep. Same with this one. That's a beauty.
All right, because I know they're going to go quick. This is my favorite. This tan color gets this special reduction, and it looks like paint.
And without showing that off on this time to the table, I know numbers 9 and 10 have some very unique qualities to them that I highly suggest. We'll pan over later, but check them out on the website.
Can we
Okay.
talk about the how it's made mug for 2 seconds?
Ah, yes. You want to talk about that? We're doing a new video series.
Yeah, Michelle's been talking to the members a little bit, sent out a really nice blog to those guys via email. But this is a mug that we made a how-to video on, how to put a handle on, and many of the things we talked through. It was a standalone video with me, Oliver, and Michelle on the camera, and it's an interesting mentality for us. Michelle's going ahead with making these how-to videos and posting individual, smaller, unedited videos to the YT, and it's something that you guys have seen us grow since 2020, from turning the camera away from all our major techniques to pretty much making a how-to video on how to make the perfect mug handle and how to put, you know, different things together, and being proud of what we do and understanding that, you know, we're doing what we do.
So if you are a glass blower, this video will debut next week. There'll be some information on the blog. So we had a couple glass blowers who reached out to us, and we were like, yep.
I also want to mention that that piece is going live for our Loyalty League members tonight. So in the link that you were sent for your warmer-upper piece, which by the way, the warmer-upper piece is now live through your link, you're also going to notice that there's the second piece on there for the How It's Made mug. So that is the mug that is available on that link as well for you guys.
2 member exclusive pieces.
No way.
It's true.
And we're gearing up for our next member drop. That's going to be coming, well, it's actually, I think, in September. But
How do you drop a member? Like a base.
like they're gonna get their rewards kicking in. A specialty glass item. I think we've got half of them made, sitting patiently on a shelf. We'll start boxing them up, sharing the love.
So who's this custom piece I'm making for?
This is for Robin, and perhaps the email was a little bit cryptic. If I'm understanding and remembering correctly, I could have specified, but I'm 90% sure that she said this original one that I could pull a picture up and bring over on my computer. Even better, I'll send it to you, Bess, if you want to pop it on the screen. This original one, I think, was a gift for a good friend of hers, and now, 3 or 4 years later, she's realizing, what the heck,
She wants one.
let me get one, and Chris is gonna make one.
Slack it to the Batch Academy or Batch Gallery Slack.
Gotcha. Blow. Good.
Nice big bubble. We got Oliver blowing at the other end, keeping the
This
air.
is no half pour special, guys. This is a 9-ounce pour, but you could probably pour around 7, which is standard. And it is looking tasty. All right, Oliver, we're going for a nice crystal stem on this puppy.
All right.
This is our signature Michigan room mix, guys. So keep your eyes and ears open, because throughout the rest of the future of our lives, we're going to be putting out one-of-a-kind cool pieces that are the Michigan room signature color.
Yeah, and that's a pretty long time, folks, so do keep your eyes and ears open.
What about your nose?
You can keep it open too. You might smell it coming. We're going to get that app. We're going to upload it, the Smell-O-Vision app. Nice crystal stem brought over by Oliver, the madman. He's unbelievable.
You just can't believe me.
He is really unbelievable, folks. I can't remember. What did we call you last week?
We don't have to
Remember?
So the blue
Hey now.
thread goblet from the warmer upper is already sold. Got some quick fingers out there,
Hold
but
on.
the How It's Made mug is still available for
All right,
those
lightly.
Loyalty League members.
Thank you for that update, Bess.
Off.
Members. And I do believe that's Robin watching over on the YT, or maybe it's the FB. But let us know where you guys are watching from here tonight. Did we wipe the camera off today?
Good.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Let us know where you guys are watching from. I want to give a big shout out
Okay,
to
this is
everyone
gonna be
making
a
comments on YouTube,
Silver blue foot.
before and after the show, and Facebook. It's great knowing.
You know, maybe one day we'll have to show them our pre-show checklist. We got to make sure the white camera is on there.
Yeah.
White camera, white marver.
But it's great interacting with you guys, and it's nice that we got some polls going on. It's pretty cool. I see a little poll action over there.
We got holes?
But
Where's
if you
there a
guys are
hole?
brand new to the show, let us know that you've never been here before and whatnot.
What is that wet slimy thing, that square that he just pulled out?
That's the rectangular slime square.
It is slimy. Put her
It's got
there.
some
The
serious
way you
murk
grabbed
upon
it led me to believe it was slimy.
It is slimy. It's
That's a Merc
certified
level worth
slimy.
Oliver taking a sip of.
You'd have to lick that slime. It's not that slimy.
Get
You
that
might have
thing
to
nice and hot,
chew
Oliver.
it.
I don't think most people out there might not know what the Merc is. That was a while ago. Jake, would you explain what the Merc level is?
Before I get into a murky territory, I want to say what up to Masayo in the chat. Got a package from her today. I took an amazing glass class in Pittsburgh. You guys know you all know that I went and took a class on Marini in Pittsburgh, and she sent me this headband and a couple other things from Japan, which is incredible. And if you guys don't already know, I want to go to Japan and blow glass there really, really bad. But
many
she's an
glass-
amazing glass blower, and she's watching the show, and she's learning about goblets every day, and it's ironic that we got a goblet show.
Do you think she
day
knows
that came
any
in the mail.
private studios in Japan?
Oh, yes. In fact, this headband, I believe, is a studio in Japan.
Good.
You'll have to let us know, Messiah.
Japan is at the top of my bucket list.
Is it really? Maybe we could do a staff outing to Japan and we could
I'll take that
film
paddle
the
over there
gathering
if I
point in
could.
Japan.
Staff out in Japan.
You guys, let's set that
Next
intention.
week's party.
Honey?
Sounds pretty good.
All right. If you know anyone in Japan who would like to house the
Yeah,
Glass
we're going to have to
Academy.
do a fundraising event for that one.
Let's see, we need housing, we need sushi, we need a glass shop,
Brand new set of glass tools while we're at it.
airfare.
The Merc level, folks, is what's in this beautiful bucket of block
Wait,
water.
have you stopped my Japan fantasy?
Maybe.
Take a sip.
I'm
right.
not sipping on that. I think there's
Marilyn
salmonella in here.
says, You have magnificent talent watching in Southern California.
Bring it on now, Ollie.
Carrie's in for Japan.
Sweet.
Great, Carrie. Let's go. I need to make a stop at a 7-Eleven though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jake, I feel like
Get in there quick.
that could be tax deductible.
I'm gonna need you to blow in the end of this. Ready?
We've got Norman says, good evening everyone. Getting excited for
Jake.
a trip to courting this weekend.
Who's going to Corning?
Norman.
Oh, very fun. Goodness gracious, you're going to have a blast.
Becca says hi from Boca Raton, Florida, originally from Holly. We know a little bit about Holly, Michigan, huh?
Oh, we're going there shortly.
Your mic is off of your ear. Is that intentional? Okay.
One more.
All right, if you were a glass blower, put it in the chat. Do you know what we're doing? Why is Jake blowing on the inside of that piece? And then if you're not a glass blower, put it in the chat. You might know.
So the next poll that I just ran was...
Poll number dos.
Do you think Chris had espresso before the show?
Whoa, that's
I had
a good one.
10 votes for yes, 6 votes for no. What's the answer, Chris?
I did.
All right.
I'm sorry, but I did, you guys. I had to. I needed a digestive.
I think he's just focused on these goblets. Not much to say. Goblet show will get your brain working, that's for sure.
We do have people wondering why Jake is blowing. We don't have an answer, but we want to know why he's blowing into the
Do you want to explain that process or you want me to?
I can explain it. The reason I was blowing on it, you can do it in multiple different ways, do that move, is if there's a hairline fracture that started through the top of the glass, by cooling down and solidifying the inside, you can heat up just the outside and it'll slowly fuse back together. You're giving yourself more of a chance to seal that crack. If you don't blow on the inside, then a lot of times when it's fusing back together, it'll spread wider and wider and you'll have a hole right down in the middle of the glass. It's a pretty cool technique, but it takes a really experienced glass blower, especially with making goblets and thinner pieces like this, to know that exact timing down to the second to heat that thing up. A little too hot and it splits, a little too cold and it cracks more.
And the cool thing is, if you do it right, when you trim it like that, you'll never know. You'll never know.
Icarus says, I once used the same technique Jake just did to heal a crack in a cup I made. It healed well, and you could hardly tell there was ever an inch.
Yeah. I agree.
I do want to mention the table just went live. So all of those beautiful goblets tonight on the table are now available for purchase.
6:30, baby. Good. If you need us to hand model a little something, something.
I've only ever used that technique that you just did.
The hand model?
No, like, fix the crack thing whenever like a marshmallow catches on fire.
Yeah, that's a classic move too, and I bet you guys can relate to that. Everyone loves their marshmallows nice and burnt.
I never let my marshmallows burn. It's a slow roast for me. No black char allowed.
Didn't someone say that gives you cancer or something?
Well, it's a carcinogenic.
I mean, I bet the marshmallow itself gives you cancer.
Well, there is that.
That marshmallow's got to be worse than the char.
They're gluten-free, Oliver said.
And the graham crackers, those are probably real good for you, too.
Those are not gluten-free.
Good answer, good answer.
I mean, first ingredient, graham. I mean, what's a graham?
It's gluten.
I mean, we know what a cracker is, you guys, but graham, come on.
Graham is my friend's son.
All right, here
It's
comes the berry mold.
A mechanism of weight as well, too, right?
Do we have the
5 grams.
GA stamp, or it gets underneath?
We've
All right,
got
we're
the berry
taking-
mold right there, and as Robin's watching this custom order being made, I'd like to remind her and everybody out there in the universe from all over the world watching us that those colors aren't truly what they are, because the glass is still like 1600 degrees right now. So that's the reason that this cup top is looking so green heavy at the moment. That foot looks a beautiful blue, but it's going to be
Iris.
It's going to be a blue chrome on the very bottom there. And that top's going to be a much beautifuler, not more beautiful, but less green, more blue.
I like that word, beautifuler.
Beautifuler mix.
Matt commented.
Oh, Matt's watching our
and
Matt.
says, "What a beautiful Jacob! What a beautiful
Heat it
headband,
up.
Jacob."
Wow. Matt, that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, who rocked it better, folks? Is that a poll? Wasn't he wearing it on the show?
I will make a poll.
A couple shows ago?
We can make a poll.
I don't mean to do them like that. That's all right. Save Matt.
Do them like that. Get him, Jake.
That's almost like dogging on Oliver when he doesn't have a microphone on.
Let's go, Ollie.
Love that.
Just because we did it to you doesn't mean we need to do it to Matt too.
We're gonna do it after this piece. Oliver can have the mic. We'll get Oliver in the mix.
So this is kind of a funky thing Chris is doing. This is some really technical work at the very end of the piece where this punty is barely connected on there, and he's pushing just the right amount to get a really good imprint of this berry mold while also not pushing it off of the pipe.
Did everyone see that? Did Jake
Yeah.
get close enough to the camera?
And he's trying not to get that stem too hot, because if the core of that stem gets too hot, this mug's gonna become, or this chalice, this goblet's gonna become a bent goblet.
Are you sure it's not a shot glass?
I don't know what it is, honestly, but I got there in the end, and that's all that matters. Oliver, you think you can hula hoop this thing?
Do I think I can do that thing?
Yeah.
Off camera, I can.
All right.
Let's stay focused over here, everyone.
That's a beautiful, ridiculous, beautiful goblet. There he is, cooling it down. You want to put this thing away with completely equal temperatures. Especially with that goblet, I was just talking about it bending on the pipe, but you put it away into
Not
the
yet.
box and you still got a little bit too much heat on that stem. It's gonna schlump to one side.
Who's keeping track of these words? Schlump?
I think that one's a real word.
I know. Do you want to write that one down, Bess? That's another good one. Schlump.
How do you spell schlump?
All right, Oliver, hitting some reduction now. That's good.
So you're gonna notice a little bling in the mix on the very top, which is very blue heavy. You got bling on the stem and you got the blue chrome on the foot. It's a really proportional, beautiful piece.
One more time, Ollie. That's our boy.
Especially with the Goblet show, it's hard to hold that piece up in the air too long. You want to take it over here, and you want to give it the tenderest of taps. Oh yeah.
Make sure you get it nice and hot. Stamp it right in the center. Kind of circle around the outside for me for a second too. There you go.
Beautiful. Into the box it goes. Number 2. Had our electrician come by. Got number 2 back up and running. Ring it.
That's 2 good pieces. Whoa.
We're learning. We're
Let's
learning
go.
the bell. All right. Shell's got the camera again. We're going to talk design on the next piece. And that's what we're going to do.
You want me to talk about some of my favorite pieces? Oh, do it.
So this is the giveaway piece for tonight. It is a beautiful Glencairn with a flower on it because we were garden themed last week. So a very lucky person gets to take this home or have it shipped to their home tonight. And our giveaways are amazing because all you have to do is answer one simple question every single week and you get entered to win something we make here on the show. So our question for this week is, what do you think are some of the benefits of drinking from a handmade glass goblet compared to a mass-produced one? And Chris has a wonderful sign there. That is our email. So you're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Make sure you add the .com on there. Make sure you also put your name in the email so we know who you are. But we will make the giveaway at the end of the show tonight, and we'll find out what you'll be eligible to win. So stay tuned. What are you doing right now, Jake?
I'm shuffling through these incredible Marinis that I made in that class in Pittsburgh. So, Messiah, you're going to see how this comes together on this particular piece. I'm pulling an audible or whatever they say right now.
That's an audible.
I'm pulling it. Do you pull an audible or you take one?
You pull.
Pull.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing these extra bonus 3 pieces onto the hot plate because after we pick up this beautiful pattern on the very bottom of the goblet cup top, I'd like to think about maybe doing something similar to what you did, except put those into the stem, the ball in the middle, and having it match the very bottom.
It's very possible.
The spirals are a dark transparent green and a more prominent electric power green, and I got both those greens out, and we're gonna kind of just go for it here. So join us, folks. This was for sale to the people.
I might have zoned out there. Did you say how you were going to include this Marini?
Yeah, we're gonna drop, I'm gonna take the bubble and I will get it pretty much, 50% shaped up, and I'm gonna bring it over there, drip it onto there so the tip drips on it, rock it around a little bit, pick them all up on the bottom, and then superheat them on the bottom of the bubble so that they all meld together. I'll squish it a little bit, blow it out so that when you're drinking, you're looking down into it, and there's a beautiful pattern of spirals.
Okay.
And for those of you that don't know what Marini are and how they're made, these ones were all, and the reason they all look a little different is this was a long tongue of 2 colors on a pipe. And this long tongue was green, it was like this big, and it was all dark transparent green. Then we laid a really thick coating of light green like this and rolled that up like a snail shell. Then flipped it, put the pipe here, gathered over it, and pulled out a mass like this big, maybe 10 feet long, and then chopped it down into all these little pieces, and now we're gonna make a piece out of it.
Messiah says nice Marinis.
Heck yeah.
Chris Nordine also says, what up, everyone?
He's out there somewhere.
How do you do that, man?
Sometimes I just disappear. And that's it. All right, so he's getting ready. He's thinking about it before he gathers the glass. Once you gather the glass, it's kind of like running down a super steep hill. One of those ones that you just can't slow down, and you're running and you're going faster and faster until you have to just pretty much tumble. He's not going to try to change his thought when he's making it. He's just got it all in his mind now, and he's going for it.
It's all in there.
If you are someone who is local to our area in Dearborn, Michigan, and you come out to the Renaissance Festival, if you ever see Jake on the pipe and he takes a pause like that where he's thinking, it's appropriate to yell, "Think, Jake, think," at him until he starts moving again.
That's right.
There you go. You guys all got permission. Watch this, Oliver. Get a nice zoom on this one. Changing the subject.
I got a microphone now, Jake. You can't stop me.
Yeah.
And if Jake did have a thumb that was like 30 inches long, he could have put it on top of the pipe. And
if only I had a thumb that long. I did think about it.
has anyone ever seen the guitar?
30-inch thumb.
There's a YouTube video, the guitar one, where this guy's teaching this little kid who's like probably like 9, and he's got his guitar, and the guy's like, all you have to do is do your hand like this, and he takes his hand and they zoom in on his hand, and his fingers like this long, and he's hitting like all the keys like this far away, and it makes this noise like wang 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 wang, and then they show the little kid watching him on YouTube. Like, how did he do that? It's the best. You look it up, you guys.
Hilarious.
You had a finger like that, Jake, it'd be sweet.
It'd be perfect.
Jake, just have a 3-foot finger, man.
I'm working on it. So I got those on there, and because I didn't have a 3-foot finger, it kind of lost some of its bubble, and I was a little bit angled too, trying to pick up all of them. So right now I'm just gonna take a little bit of tying and try and just finesse this back on center without altering those really awesome looking.
It looks pretty gnarly if you could leave them bumpy like that.
Yeah, it does.
Another finger stretching story, you guys. Lucy's coming into town next weekend, but when she was a baby, I remember she was so little, she was probably like 2, and whenever we would go anywhere, she would just hold on to my finger instead of my whole hand because her hand couldn't hold on to it. And she would be stretching my finger, literally. I had to have her stop doing it because it was stretched out of its socket. Air?
Yes, please.
She. Yes.
Blow. Stop.
Icarus, I love that energy.
Yeah.
My knees can't handle that.
Backflip?
No way.
I'm gonna pass.
Joey did a few backflips off the bench right here in front of the glory hole.
Matt was just bragging this morning how he can
Really
do a
light.
backflip.
Stop.
I saw him in here the other day by himself working out on the rings.
Just doing flips.
Just doing flips, literally. And I got blew out my bursa just trying to do one chin up on it.
Yeah.
But then again, I weigh a little bit more than Matt does.
It's pretty rowdy.
That looks gnarly. Organic.
Yeah, I've got a couple different ideas spiraling through my head.
Well, that's appropriate since all your Marinis have spirals in them.
Yeah, it is.
If you said
Blow
it were
really light. That's good.
if you would have said they were shooting through your head, I would have been like, oh my gosh, something might be wrong. But spiraling, that's good.
All right.
What are you thinking, Jake? Just like they blowing out a little bit funky?
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking like if it's not, like I'm not 100% satisfied with how clean of a shape it is, and I kind of should have expected blow. Good. That it would be really hard to get these on there symmetrical. They look really cool. They got some really sweet spirals to them. So now I'm just like really shooting from deep within the brain on how to make some kind of super cool, organic, different type of stem for this piece.
Nice.
You could are you open to ideas?
Nope. He's not, Oliver.
I am open to ideas.
You are? I was holding back. I think having something come off the side kind of organic, like, and then
Yeah.
another one, maybe 3 of them that come down, connect.
Yeah, I was
And then
thinking
a
like with
Marini
bunch
on
of
each one?
snips on them or something, so it was kind of like.
That was exactly what I was gonna say.
It was?
Yeah,
Well, I know we're on the same wavelength.
I love that.
So you're going to be sticking those Marinis on there, so you're going to already have some cool organic gesture coming down the side. So you could even have it just be one big organic thing coming down and then put 3 Marinis right on the side of the one.
Yeah, there's a lot of choices.
We got 17 more ideas whenever you're ready.
Could you make me like a little bubble, like that big? Or Dad, will you whip up a bubble real quick with 1 coat of new green?
Yeah.
Small one that will just drop on top. And then let's do a clear Maurice. A blown bubble, not a solid bubble.
What order of operation are you expecting here?
You first. Don't ask me. So we're gonna get funky with it here, folks. That's what we're gonna do. Look at those spirals, though. They got pushed sideways. They were tall enough that there was enough room to lay them down, and I bet you there's an equal matching spiral on the inside of the glass. There is. I can see right through it. It's clear.
You want to take a... About this size, you're thinking?
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
John says so much for Jake's thought process.
Yeah.
So much what?
So much for Jake's thought process.
All right, you want to trade that to Oliver, and then he'll heat that up and drop it, and you make another one out of the granny.
Are you doing a bubble stack?
Something like that, yeah.
Are you going for more than two?
Let's go. I don't know. I don't think so, but we're going to have to take a look at
I'm just out of pipes. I'll put another one up.
Yeah, I would, just in case.
We've got a comment on YouTube says, greetings from Juan and Marina in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Discovered you guys pretty recently and love the show.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Welcome, Juan and Marina. We are so glad to have you. So Michelle has a question for you guys. She wants to know if you
Might
guys
take a paddle from
watching
you here.
are familiar with the Three Stooges. I
I'm
know
gonna hop in
I
there and grab
grew
a paddle
up with
real
it.
quick.
I'm very familiar. Yes, it does.
One
I
second.
definitely have to agree. Rachel
All right,
says,
real
hi,
light.
what are we making? Just joined. Rachel, it is Goblet night. So we are in the
Little
middle
more
of a
now? Start
goblet right
squishing it?
now. Jake's got some pretty cool design and texture
Little
going on
harder,
there
harder.
with his Marini.
Stop. Beautiful. Call that the hamburguesa.
Hamburguesa.
Thinking you want another one after this?
I think two's gonna be enough. I'm gonna have to take a look at it. Blow a little bit. Good.
If this is a hamburgus or whatever, maybe it's a slidericus too.
Hamburguesa, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is hamburger in Spanish.
Hamburger size?
Hamburguesa.
Nice.
Right, exactly. Just, you know, people understand. All right.
I've got John quoting the Three Stooges, and I've got
Nice.
Sharon saying, I'm not a big fan. I think it's a guy thing.
What
I grew
is?
up on it.
The Three Stooges was a guy thing? Of course it was.
It was a three-guy thing.
My dad just commented a quote as well.
What did he say?
He said, Mo Larry the cheese.
Shemp. What about Shemp?
Yeah, I didn't like Shemp as much.
I like Shemp. He was great.
Lynn says we always
It's a nice
watch
clear
the
foot.
Stooges, Larry, Mo, and Curly, and later Shep.
We're gonna do it like we were doing, squishing it out.
Okay, so I'm going
John
to meet
says
instead of
slapstick
putting tool.
comedy
Yeah.
at its best.
You got it.
The saw blade. That's so cool. When he'd just go give Curly a saw with a saw on the top of his head, and then they'd look at the saw blade, and it was all bent up and ruined. It was like, what?
So this is probably one of the more unique and interesting, crazy, wild pieces to come out of the Goblet show in a while, but we're gonna do a really cool foot here.
That'd be conservative if you were Fritz Dreisbach.
Hold it right there.
John, do you remember King Rootin' Tootin'? I am the King Rootin' Tootin'.
Squish a little harder.
Nice. That's a Venetian foot right there, guys, when you don't use a footing tool and you actually compress the glass in
Lighten
between
up
the jacks and the paddle. And that you really have to be connected with your assistant because the pressure
Dude,
of
that's
each
nice.
person individually has to be exactly equal. Nice work there, Oliver.
That is pretty sick,
Yeah.
actually.
Would you say that you were actually inside Jake's brain at that moment?
I don't want to even speak to the things that I saw.
Was it smoky in there? Just from like the
I was
thoughts
thinking.
going on?
I was thinking so much about how this section of the paddle towards the handle is the flattest spot for a foot,
Yeah.
and how I need to be totally in sync with how he's spinning.
Yeah, otherwise he'll get his finger burned.
I used to do
Look
that
at
a lot
that.
too, and I guess I want to mention something, especially to any glass blowers who are out there watching. When you look at the paddle and it's got a curve to it and it's not flat like Oliver just said, he's going for a punty. It doesn't matter that the paddle's not flat because the piece that's being flattened on the paddle is spinning. So it makes no difference because it's constantly spinning. So anywhere on the paddle works.
Well, I think that I actually really, really like the stem style here. I might do it again in the future. And I like the foot. I really like the connection of the foot. And it's clear, it's swooshing, and good.
It looks like one of those early Egyptian traditional blown glass pieces that has the really cool stem and then it's got the little wrap on them. Remember Fred made one a long time ago that was clear with green? It was around the shop for a while. Has little prunts around the top.
I'd have to see it.
Jake, you need to
What?
think about that.
The next piece, you want to sketch it out, Chris?
The next piece?
I think I'm doing the giveaway.
No way.
That's right.
Wait, we have time for one short piece and then the giveaway.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
not
7
done with this
o'clock.
piece.
I've got to do some housekeeping next.
So if I get done with this in about 10 minutes, then we got 20 minutes.
10
in
minutes.
housekeeping.
In housekeeping, I don't think there's any time for any extra piece. Bonus piece. But you see how the turn's tabled there.
The turn's tabled.
Michelle talking about putting an extra piece on the show, and Chris was actually saying there wasn't time.
I know I can bust one out, guys. Put it in the chat. Who wants us to bust an extra one out? That's up for people.
Oh, it is up for sale.
For people to get.
The best thing you can do in glass, just like on the golf course, is hurry. Do it really fast.
Fast and hard.
Yep.
You want to make sure that you really hit it as hard as you can.
Yep, just crush it.
I play some of the best disc golf when I'm running.
When you're running,
When you like run into the disc and you just don't give yourself time to think.
just hurry right up.
There's no time to overthink if you're really rushing.
Well, it's because you're falling back on instinct. And if you have good instinct, then hey, that
I wonder if
works.
there's any Russians watching us today.
As a disc golf player, I can see that.
They might not let people from Russia watch.
Glassblowing?
They might not let them have access to YouTube.
We don't know how it works over there, folks. Take our word for that.
I've got another poll
Take our
running
word that
right
we
now.
don't know.
Oh, another poll.
If you're on Facebook, vote on the poll I have running. It's about Oliver this time.
Oh no.
Polling.
Oh no.
Ring the bell.
What is it?
So the poll,
Yeah.
Michelle ringing the bell. The poll says, what color should Oliver dye his hair?
Oh.
And don't pick red.
So I've got 4 color options. I've got blue, which has 0 votes so far. Blonde, which has 1 vote. purple, which has 4 votes.
Yeah.
That matches his shirt. That's an easy decision.
Yeah.
And then our winning poll option with 7 votes is leave it how it is.
Yeah,
So you narrowly escaped, Oliver.
Yeah. If the poll would have said purple, I would have been locked in.
Stamp bit.
Yeah.
Who's got the stamp? You doing it underneath?
Check this out. We're gonna do it on the side. That is one of a kind piece, ladies
I like
and
that.
gentle viewers. I love the foot. I'm in love with the
I
foot.
like the movement you get on your Marini.
Yeah, there's some like texture and extra thickness and whatnot, and it's up and down. There's a low spot, and that's
Right.
right where the stamp's going.
Yeah.
It's like basically another Marini. Looks
A
like
GA
we're running out of
Marini.
gas, is what I gotta say. We're running right out of it.
Running out of gas.
That's right. I don't know if we're pit stop powerful enough to switch out a tank. I think we have done it on the show before.
What?
Switch out a propane tank.
I don't think we need to since we're only doing. I mean, these guys are going to do a 15-minute tech support pit stop. So you guys get ready, and then
And we
we'll
are
have-
going to let people know who won their sweet giveaway piece and what, a $50 gift card?
Just the giveaway this week.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not the monthly one yet.
Well, I'm just going to knock this off with a beautiful punny and the tenderest of taps. And this one's going to be for sale as soon as we get it in the box and get it on the website. Bam.
As a reminder, we do still have some beautiful pieces available on tonight's table. We'll get to showing those off again in just a minute here. And next up, we're going to do some housekeeping. So we're going to give away our beautiful jumbo Glencairn glass, as well as talk about the answers from last week and remind you of the questions.
Nice work. Sweetie. Very interesting. I'm going to have to sleep on that one.
Everybody absolutely loved that in the comments.
I mean, I think those are the ones that are cool. We love our style so much and what we do and the way that I'm taught to make things, but I do think people might appreciate some kind of random weird mojo like that, so
Absolutely.
stay tuned.
Can you hand model our giveaway real quick?
Hand model then giveaway?
Yes, since you've been dying to hand model. So our question for last week was, what's the most memorable or impactful community event you've attended during the summer and why did it stand out to you? So the winner is going to win this beautiful, beautiful piece that was from our garden and floral themed night last week. A couple of answers I want to read. Somebody said Customer Appreciation Day here at the Glass Academy, which is pretty cool. One that sounds really amazing to me. It says we have 2 events here in upstate New York that stand out, and it's hard to choose between them. One is an annual mac and cheese festival, which let me tell you, I love a good mac and cheese, so I would totally be in for that. There's also, somebody said, let's see, the Great Falls Balloon Festival in Maine, hot air balloons. Sounds really cool. Someone said the most impactful community event I've attended during the summer is cleaning the river by my house and the surrounding area to help prevent litter and keep our river sites clean. That's a cool community event, and that's not something I thought of when we were talking about community events, but it definitely qualifies, and it's a really great thing to be a part of. One other one that I'm going to read, because we've had 2 people say it, I'm sure I know who my 2 are, but Twins Days in Twinsburg, Ohio, because being a twin and being able to see so many different twin sets from all over the world is really cool, and I think that's a really cool event. Our winner said Touch a Truck was our most memorable community event. Seeing how my son's eyes lit up was amazing. Very cool. So congratulations to our winner of this beautiful glass. Hold on, my papers got scrambled. Congratulations, Rachel. So Rachel, you are our winner for this beautiful, beautiful glass. You're going to receive an email. If you are local, you are more than welcome to come swing by and pick this up while the gallery is open. And if you are not local, just keep an eye on your email, and Donna's going to give you some instructions on how to pay for shipping and have that sent out to you. So congratulations. Any other housekeeping, Michelle, for the week? I know I had a lighter clipboard.
No, I can't think of anything. It's a light week.
Anything you think we should mention, Oliver?
You know what? I'll go walk around
Absolutely. So we have construction continuing here in the Glass Academy. We're starting to construct our beverage counter area, which is pretty amazing. I've got Michelle over there hand modeling. We've got some plumbing things going on. We're having the bathrooms renovated. So we've got a lot going on. Super exciting. I'm unsure why we're headed outside, so I'm going to kind of watch and see if I can commentate. Aha, more building materials. So
There's no end to the building materials.
Yep, there we go. More building materials. So we are making progress slowly but surely. You guys can see that there's a lot happening here. Etta is having a field day in all of the dust and getting herself dirty. But there is progress and things are happening and things are moving. So what are we working on next here, Jake?
Well,
Or Chris.
to follow up with popular demand, we're busting out a quick one, folks. I saw a couple people on there said, Chris, bust one out, so I'm busting one out.
We're looking at it right now. It literally says, bust one out, Chris. There he goes. Oh, yeah. So Chris has got a funky idea, kind of based off the stem we just worked on and toying around with the cup top and doing a really cool color pattern technique. And lost my train of words there, folks.
Okay.
Better just check this one out.
Just check it out.
There you go. What color did you use? Well, I guess his mouth is
I used a beautiful emerald green.
Jungle green, maybe?
Jungle green.
Jungle green.
I don't know, Oliver. I do feel like the opaque counterpart of emerald green.
No, it's fine.
Is jungle
Listen,
green.
It's fine that you hate my ideas.
You don't find any emeralds in the jungle.
Yeah, you do.
What
That's
jungle
where they're
green?
mined. Emeralds are mined in
100%
they're
of all
not.
emeralds are found in jungles.
I don't know about that.
Jungle Town.
I've been in the jungle before. I've never seen an emerald.
Emeralds, most emeralds come out of Africa. And there's jungle there, guys.
Anyway, what is the difference between the jungle and the rainforest?
Rain.
Yeah? Sounds about right.
So rainforests have thicker canopies and taller trees.
Yeah, rainforests are sweet.
So
Jungles-
rainforest is just big jungle.
Jungles
what
have
it
more
sounds like.
light and denser vegetation in the understory.
And emeralds, it sounds like.
Gold, emeralds, all that good stuff.
Jungles will have like ancient ruins in them for you to find and explore.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the jungle.
And they got animals.
What? No way.
Did you know it can take a single raindrop in the rainforest 10 minutes to hit the ground?
Wow.
If it's not lapped up by some lizard.
Out of the air?
Yep.
We're
Off a
an
leaf.
educational show. Through and through, we're an educational show.
The Academy means.
I got 2 responses here, starting with John. First of all, I noticed that there's only 5 likes on this. No, actually, there's way more likes than that. But why does it say 5?
You walk it back, Jake.
You guys, if you haven't liked and commented and shared the feed, please do so. That's how we gain traction out here, and that's how you guys get more incredible glass blowing content. But to get to John's comment here, he said, did my eyes deceive me? That looked like 2 more furnaces in the garage. In the garage, we actually call that the truck bay. And in that truck bay,
Blow.
there is the old recycle
Sorry,
furnace.
blow.
And our second brand new MU200 furnace that's going to be replacing the one we have on now.
Good.
So no, John, your eyes were not deceived. That old furnace, our old recycle furnace, is being picked up tomorrow. We're going to pause our production to get the high-low working, lift it up, and get it on a flatbed truck. The other one will be plugged in as soon as we can get to it. Rochelle then asked, what's the website address for the pieces with loved ones, remains, and ashes in the pieces? And that is sculpturalreflections.com. If you guys don't know the story behind that, that is Chris's secondary / third dairy, or whatever dairy it is.
Can you spell that website out for the people?
Sculptural Reflections.
Just like it sounds.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through all those
All
letters.
right, Oliver, take a stem.
Thank you, Oliver.
Hustle now. We're busting this out. Busting
We're
it out
busting it
means
out.
you got to move.
And so you go to sculpturalreflections.com. You can see the basic options for getting pieces done with loved ones. Remains there. You can request a personal hookup with Chris to talk about the options and get a one-of-a-kind art piece done. And there's all the great information on there. So you guys check that out and even just write that down. Maybe, Bess, could you possibly toss the link in the chat for everybody?
Already
in Facebook
working on
and
it.
YouTube. She's already on it. That's what I'm talking about. But if you know somebody too, that's a great piece of information to pass on to a friend or family and to represent all that good mojo.
I do want to mention that the goblet that was just finished up, the swirl Marini piece, is available for purchase now on the
The
website.
Hamburguesa swirler.
Is that what we're calling it?
I would.
All right.
I think that's appropriate.
I'm going to heat that up.
Okay.
We'll try to keep that stem nice and small. We got something
Pequeño.
going on here. Of propane? Well, this will be the last one of these torch actions I'll be using.
So the piece after this one is going to be the giveaway piece, folks. This piece will be made to be given to one of you all, whether you're watching in Australia, Pammy, or whether you're watching in New Zealand, or whether you're watching in Japan, whether you're watching in
Argentina.
California.
Name
Huh?
another country.
Argentina.
Argentina, Malaysia, huh? Bali.
Tanzania.
I almost got them all.
The piece after this?
Good.
The piece
Okay.
after this will be the
Green
one
foot.
for sale for the giveaway. So that means this one's for sale. Wait a minute now. Just got ahead of
Rewind.
myself.
Take it back.
This piece is for sale. The piece after this is the giveaway. And you enter the giveaway by answering the question of the week and sending that to enews@glassacademy.com. That's an email, folks. And include your name in there so we know who to holler at when you win this piece, the next piece, next week. If everyone's not confused at this point, you should be. John just said best is the best.
Best is the best.
Best is the best.
Two S's at best.
All right, no marble, just heat it up. You did it so good in there, you didn't have to marble it.
We had some fast fingers and that, what did you call it?
Call
The
what?
Hamburglar.
Your
Do it.
goblet.
My what?
Oh, Becca says, God, say it.
Say it.
Say it. The Hamburguesa swirler. There you go.
Yes.
That goblet is now sold.
Wow, that was a quick one. You guys know it does take a little bit of tech ability. We don't want to scare you away from it, but oftentimes there are races to purchase the products that we make on the show. They're one and done. They're handmade. They can't be recreated exactly the same as the one you just saw. That's literally a perfect foot.
We did that.
And so sometimes it comes up to having someone with some tech abilities to get you to that web page and hit that send button. And whoever just got it was pretty fast.
Go for it.
These guys are pretty fast right now too. They're working it. Looks like our numbers are starting to even out on the YT and the FB these days, which is pretty cool, pretty exciting to see. We love both channels and what it offers to the people. And it'd be cool to know how you guys found us and what show you started watching the show on, whether you're watching live or after the fact. Let us know when you started watching. We got a lot of OGs that are 279 shows in. And through 279 shows, we've picked up quite a lot of viewership. And everyone, whether you're a watcher, purchaser, sharer, glass artist yourself,
That's a
we
beautiful
appreciate you.
Pull back a little.
Chris loves sticking it right on center.
Good.
Got a
Lucky
beautiful
I got a nice
optic
strong
twist.
stem.
Watch this, tender tap. It's just a beautiful break. And if you guys are glass blowers out there, you know that it's really a testament to the understanding of the heat of the glass when you can knock a piece off with just a couple taps of the tweezer. Your neckline needs to be tight, needs to be clean.
This is a nice summer Pilsner for a Belgium triple. Real nice, guys. That's Michelle's favorite beer. When she has one once every 2 months, she decides to have one of those, and she loves it. Super tasty. Not my flavor, but it is a tasty style beer.
What is there 3 of in that beer?
Pilsners.
Yeah,
It's just 3 of them.
That's a tall glass.
We've got the cat.
Oh boy.
Show her off, Becca.
Oh.
Hold her up, show her off.
There she is.
Very weakly,
Look at those paws.
getting longer every day.
Oh my
Still
gosh.
a menace to society. Like, look how big this paw is.
She is actually kind of a menace. She's coming up to my desk and throwing things around and just acting like a crazy person. She's getting into food. She's acting like a dog.
She's orange. What did you expect?
She's what color?
Orange.
Orange?
She's orange.
Orange? Must be some Philadelphia thing.
Pammy says she's been around some sticky lollies, probably show 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Bye, Ellery. One of my first shows was right before the big show, so I came in the
Good.
late 100s. Because
And
I
the big
remember
show
I
was-
still pretty new for show 200.
Yeah, about a show 100.
Just so you guys know, Michelle says show 300
All right, we'll take a bit.
is a New Year's Eve special show.
Show 300, folks. New Year's Eve.
Which is crazy that we're coming up on that.
That is going to be one rowdy situation. We're going to have to get the gong.
That'll
and I
be
think
mellow.
maybe that spiritual music will be nice for the 300 show.
Head into the new year with a gong.
Pretty hardcore.
That was a quickie, Jake. You better start that giveaway.
I will start. I've got under 15 minutes.
It's a pretty one, guys. This is definitely, Michelle was telling him, this is a Belgium glass. There you go, guys. No, it's not. It's not even. It's probably about an 18-ounce pour right there. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Maybe even a little less.
Overlap. Got a nice clear bubble going into the optic mold.
Real good.
And I'm gonna go into the blue chrome and dust the cracks. That is just a beautiful move right there to get color in just straight lines down the piece. And now, I'm gonna give it something special.
Make sure we make some champagne flutes for the New Year's Eve show.
Oh, that's a great idea. A show all about champagne. The champagne show.
I won't be here, so
Does anybody like drinking champagne out there?
Yeah.
You do, Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were asking how people found us. Marina from Argentina says, In my case, one of your shows popped up on my main page on YouTube just a couple weeks ago. I'm a potter, so I guess watching so many pottery videos taught the algorithm to bring me more fine arts.
That's
fine arts
interesting.
lover.
I hear we get some people that take classes who like come from like the world of pottery, and I've never done pottery before, so I can't confirm it. But they always like walk away being like, there's a lot of similar concepts between glass blowing and pottery.
And cooking.
Go to Japan and do pottery.
Yes, let's go. And with the stop at the 7-Eleven.
I think you guys remember that. Let's do a real flavor.
Bloweth.
So this piece right here is the giveaway, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I do have our giveaway question up on the screen. The question
Good.
in shorthand is, what is the benefit of drinking from handmade glass versus mass-produced? That's what you see on the screen. The full question did not fit, but the full question is, what do you think are some of the benefits of drinking from a handmade glass goblet compared to a mass-produced one?
Can you ever tell you I like the design?
Blow.
So Michelle said she likes the designs of handmade glass goblets. That's one of her benefits, is it's aesthetically
Good.
pleasing. So you're going to send your answer to that question to enews@glassacademy.com. You're going to make sure you put your answer. You're going to make sure you put your name. Because if you win, we need to know who you are and how to
Christo.
contact you.
Do a stem. And I think we might, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Let's do a little clear bubble. Bubble stem. The Solo Hamburguesa. Clear stem, and then we'll put a clear foot on it, and open it up. The Hamburguesa giveaway.
Christina says, I happened upon your show a year ago today while watching videos on Facebook. Thanks for being with us.
That's big time. Look at that. That's amazing.
Have their attention for a year, and that's like we're going to be proud of, guys.
See that little switchback Marini?
I do. That's what made me say I like that.
Chris, I think you came up with this pattern back in like 2021 or something, wasn't it?
Yep, sure was.
Wasn't long ago. I think you had some kind of like spiritual awakening or something.
No, it was when we had the COVID like spin around backwards time.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everything
Put 'em
got
in a
spun
spin
around.
cycle.
Yeah. Remember the bubble mug we made that one time?
Oh yeah. Isn't
I
that
got
still
that
in your office?
Yeah, that thing is sweet.
Saw that the other day.
I do have the goblet that was just made ready and live for purchase. For those of you interested in that one.
That was a sweetie. What was that? All granny? I mean, all
No,
emerald?
that was all jungle.
All
Jungle.
jungle. Emerald jungle. So that's a hollow bubble he just dropped down there, guys. And it's completely open and the air can go in and out until he cuts it. When he cuts it, that's when it seals up. And now, if he just heated the thing up nice and hot, it would go perfectly round on its own just because of the air pressure inside of it. That's the air. The glass would melt around that bubble of air captured in the silica special.
Would you call it like a valley of silicon?
You are going burger, aren't you? Oh, sorry, Oliver. You were snoozing.
I'm going different.
Paddle?
Yeah.
You're going turkey leg?
The hollow of oleo.
Ooh. Me likey.
It's very interesting. It's really kind of interesting and cool. All right. Clear foot.
Okay.
This is a pretty sweet giveaway.
You want it
It
off a
is.
bubble?
What now?
You want it off a bubble or?
Yeah, we'll just drop it right on thine, bub.
Dropping on the bub.
Dropping it right on the bub.
Ringing the bell.
Big time.
So do you want a hollow foot or a solid one?
Solid. And then we'll just go ahead and finish this up in about 5 minutes. Heck yeah. It's just looking pretty good around here, folks. There's a lot going on. Many things.
That glass is heating up.
That is oh so goopy. Just cut so nice, looks so nice.
All right, Venetian
Yep.
foot again, guys. Watch their brains connect. You might even
harder.
hear a strange connection noise.
Sounds like dial-up. Jake, quit thinking about that.
Beautiful, that'll do. Come on off. Oh,
That's when you just can't pull the footing tool out of your
Wow.
ear.
That's when the murk is too thick. If I go elbow deep in that murky bucket, I might get some kind of like disease. Even though we do change that water out weekly.
We used to put, you know, some glass blowers had this idea that you could put a shot of bleach into the block bucket, but what happens is it eats off all the precious goo and juices in the block itself, and the block turns all white, and then you really don't get as much of a smooth, slippery transition when you're using the block or the footing tool. So you can be too clean in a glass shop, you guys. Too clean. I mean, just talk to Corning.
Too clean. Sounds like a hip-hop guy.
Did you say just talk to Corning?
I mean, too
Yeah. Jeff Too Clean Mac. He's all right.
The Mac champion. Just hold that right there, Oliver. I'm gonna come save that thing.
For all you glass blowers out there, you should research and see if you can find out the year that Jeff Mack and I went to Mackenzie Hall. It's the Wayward Glassblowing School. Glassblowing School for wayward boys.
The wayward.
Yep.
You
Where
were ward
is
away?
Yep.
That. Where
Need
is the
Puffy
wayward?
Puff?
Love the stem. Never seen anything like that before, and that's why I watch you guys.
Thanks, Icarus. If I gotta tuck this down and save it, I might as well make the thing look completely cool and one of a
I've
kind.
been told to ask you by Michelle.
Marver down.
The people you blow glass with up in Flint also know about our shop.
And Icarus, by the way, I think I mentioned last week, but thank you very much for that amazing gift you gave me, the loot from another country, and a couple cool, authentic pieces, as well as a gut shot, which that was something that you gave me to drink to level out the alkalinity in my gut, but sometimes I gotta give Oliver a gut shot, and that's just not on camera when I give it the old "Hoi!"
That's. You mean the Tuesday end of day ritual?
Yeah.
I love that.
Like Houdini, he always hangs from the rings and lets Jake and I just give it to him right in the gut, and he like tries to like just show us how powerful he is, and he's swinging back and forth like a punching bag.
Someone send help.
Yeah.
Help. Help me.
We've got a
Get in the
couple people
comments.
asking about putting vinegar or bleach in the murk bucket.
We do love the smell of the murk.
If I put vinegar in there, we'd be dropping some cukes in there, and then you know what would happen. We'd have
Some
some
vinegar
murky, cukey pickles. Be tasty.
All we're doing is making this happen. It's getting a little bit rowdy over here.
Just think about some murk water pickles.
If this is low enough, wouldn't it be like a straight-sided
Oh, these shears need to go.
retro martini glass?
What's wrong with them?
Those are dull. Those are bad
Dull?
and dull. Or they need to be tightened down. Well, those are bad news.
Those weren't the ones that Oliver was cutting all those tin pieces with the other day, were they?
Yeah, even with the mic, I don't know how to defend myself. I don't.
Punching
Send
bag.
help. Help me, people.
Just take it like a man.
Oh my God.
Michelle, to answer your question, Icarus says, I talk about your show all the time, so pretty much everybody knows about you guys. But yes, I take classes at the Flint Institute of Arts, and they know you. Oh, very cool.
Thank you very much.
Michelle says thank you very much. Laura says this kind of looks like a brandy glass.
Yeah,
If you
just
drink this much brandy, folks.
not 30 ounces of brandy. That'll make you sleep real well.
Yeah.
Ice cream sundae.
This would be a really great ice
I'm
cream
saying
glass.
that looks to me like a margarita all day long. Is that the bling bling silver too? The blue
Oh, yeah.
chrome?
We're gonna stamp the bottom of it because I think it'll look really cool when you're looking through the crystal clear hollow stem. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a reduction on it.
Let's do it. Just thinking about putting a big scoop of ice cream in that, followed
yeah.
by some brandy.
And it did have a little fracture. That's why I was hitting it on the marber. And you can still see remnants of it, but we've sealed it up real clean and real nice. And now it's got that metallic bling bling.
Oh, it looks good.
Super interesting. Got some things to think about here tonight.
The bling bling.
The bling and those new designs and hamburguesa and whatnot, it's gonna make me ponder.
Don't you do it.
That's awesome. Isn't that super fun?
Oliver, Tammy says you need to learn how to drive the bus.
Oh, Oliver, we're heading the bus. When strapped to your head, it was a rough night.
Poor Oliver, he's given up on defending himself.
All right.
That's a nice annealer there, folks, full of a bunch of tasty goblets. Goblet night tonight.
Very nice.
Carrie
Wow,
says,
holy
setting my
moly.
intention to win that beauty next week. That was a beauty.
Subscribe, everybody.
That's right.
Sounds like a box stage. Why don't you guys like pretend you're rocking?
Don't even put Chris on that. He was just talking about that right before he finished
That's
that
right.
piece. I got to get out of here. I'm
That's
in
when
danger.
Oliver just can't hang from the rings any longer. The bell's rung.
So again, folks, we've got a beautiful virtual gallery set up for you guys. Weekly one and done pieces. Today was drinkware, stemware, and there's some really gorgeous ones in here. So check them out on the website. Like and subscribe. Become a member today if you're not already a member.
And
What
I
else?
hope you win the giveaway. That was
Win
a
that
tasty
free
one,
glass.
Jake. Nice work.
Thank you.
All right, that's whenever you're ready.
Of course, have a lovely night, everyone, and we'll see you next week.